Good day by SA Memory Institute's recap session presented by Jaco van Vieren. In this session we will look at reading techniques, keywords and summaries, memorizing and exam techniques. First of all, this reading piece about mosquitoes you will also find on the newsletter that we send you. Please print it and use that with this video clip. First of all, I would like you to read through the mosquito part. Do it with the SQR3 method in mind. That's in section 2 of your manual, which you'll have to refer to during the session. So first do the scan reading to get an overview of what it's about. And while you're doing the scan reading, also do the questions. What it's about and what does it want to teach me? I'm going to give you now a chance, so pause the session, complete your summary, and then I'll show you how mine look. Okay, I've done the mind map one. You could do a mind map or you're more than welcome to do a column method. But in short, let's start with how did I get this summary and see how I'll also use memorizing techniques while I'm doing my summary. First of all, this is about a new kind of mosquito, the Gowndry one. Gowndry, that's where the area where they found it. So just you can see there, the ground is dry, make that your thing to remember. Where around is it? It's in Burkina Faso, up there in Africa. So very little scientists have ever been there. And then Gambia is the town where they found this one. Nee, stop alles. This is my brain diagram I did. You're more than welcome to either use the mind map or the column method, whichever suits you. You're also more than welcome to draw pictures of the mosquitoes and all the keywords that surround it. It doesn't have to be all in writing. Okay. This new mosquito was found in the part of Gowndry. So I just see it as the ground is dry. And that's where they found the mosquito. We don't usually find mosquitoes. Where was this little town? It was in Burkina Faso, up there in the middle of Africa. So most probably little scientist ever gets there. This mosquito is a subtype from the Gambia mosquito family. It spreads infections and it was very difficult to control because these mosquitoes are outdoors. The ones that's indoor are easier to control. You can spray them with poison or use mosquito nets. So most probably this one had to find a way to survive in the outdoors, and that's not usually where scientists look like. Why would this mosquito choose to be outdoor? Well, it feeds on human blood, and there's abundant human blood available outdoors. Everybody that works in the fields, children playing outside, that was just food for them. Then they also tell us something about malaria. That's 780,000 people per annum dies in sub-Sahara Africa. So that's more in the southern part of Africa. It's usually in the poor parts where the people can't afford medicine or these poisons and mosquito nets. And most of the victims are children that's less than 5 years old. The death of the malaria parasite used to be up to 1 million, but they've curbed it now to just under 800,000. So while we were trying to get rid of this malaria mosquito, this Gambia one evolved. So it's quite a young species. It's only recently that people start using poison, the last 100 years, and nets. So it's a young species that evolved to stay alive it just figured out it needs to be outdoors. There's no nets outdoors, and you can't spray the whole outdoors. The scientists said we could cure all malaria by 2015, but that would cost millions and millions of rands, money that's just not available. And while they were trying to curb the malaria mosquito, the ones like this Gambia one got smart, evolved, and now it's just a never-ending battle to try and stop them. At the end of the day, the mosquito is smarter than the scientist. Now that you've done this, also look back in your manual at section 2 with the study methods. We've done the questions, you've done your mind map, you've done now the memorizing, recall it, practice it in. And when the time comes that you're going to get a question in the exam, how to answer this question, I would make this mind map diagram or the keywords that you have in your column method just next to the question. On the empty side of the page, make this small brain diagram for yourself just to remind your brain what it's about before you start answering it in full. Should it happen that you can't remember anything at that moment, please look back at the exam techniques in your manual. It's in section 4.2. Use those techniques. Sit down, relax for a while, take a few deep breaths. If you still can't remember anything about the mosquito, just go on to the next question and the next one and the next one. If your mind all of a sudden remembers something about the mosquito, quickly go and write that keyword down next to the question. At the end, when you come back, your mind will start recalling it from that keyword. Good luck for the exams and enjoy the holiday.